Now we will begin with the chapter Microorganisms, Friend and Foe. Microorganisms, Friend and Foe. In this session, that is the first session of the chapter, we will have an introduction about the topic microorganisms. We will have all the necessary information we need to know about microorganisms. So firstly, we know that living organisms consist of plants and animals. Do other organisms also exist? So yes, there are few organisms that exist but we cannot see them. These are microbes or microorganisms. So basically, according to a normal person, we think that living organism consists of plants and animals. But we need to know that there are few organisms that exist but we cannot see them. They are called microbes or microorganisms. Come on, let's read more about them. So, viruses are also microscopic. They reproduce only inside the cells of the host organism, which may be a bacterium, plant, or animal. Common ailments like cold, influenza, that is flu, and most coughs are caused by viruses. Serious diseases like polio and chickenpox are also caused by viruses. So basically, viruses are also microscopic, that is, we cannot see them with unaided eye. They reproduce only inside the cells of the host organism. Thus, they are present inside the organism, which are called host organism, and they reproduce only inside them, which may be a bacterium, a plant, or an animal. That is, they can be the host organism. Some common things like cold, influenza, and most of the cough are caused by viruses. Apart from these, some serious diseases like polio and chickenpox are also called by viruses. So HIV, hepatitis B, Ebola virus, adenovirus, influenza, bacteriophage, all these are the types of basically the viruses. So diseases like dysentery and malaria are caused by protozoans, whereas typhoid and tuberculosis are bacterial diseases. So therefore, dysentery, malaria, everything are caused by protozoans, whereas typhoid and tuberculosis are bacterial diseases. Thus, we have diseases from every kind of microscopic organisms. Not every kind, but from most of them, like virus causes cold, most coughs, etc. Protozoans have dysentery, malaria, and typhoid and tuberculosis are caused by basically the bacterial diseases. So microorganisms are so small in size that they cannot be seen with the unaided eye, that is without any instrument. Some of these, such as the fungus that grows on bread, can be seen with a magnifying glass. Others cannot be seen without the help of a microscope. Microscope is an instrument which we use to look at the microorganisms. Microorganisms are classified into 4 major groups. So basically they are so small in size, we cannot see them with normal eyes. Some of them, like the fungus which grows on bread, can be seen with a magnifying glass, but apart from it, all other need to be seen with the help of a microscope. And microorganisms are classified into 4 major groups. The first one is bacteria, second is fungi, third is protozoa, and the fourth is algae. So these 4 are the major groups in which the microorganisms are classified. So basically in this video we read that apart from plants and animals, there are one more type of organisms called microorganisms or microbes. They are so small that we cannot see them with unaided eye. We read about the virus, the diseases it causes. We read about some bacterial diseases as well as the diseases caused by protozoa. Then we read that microorganisms are so small in size that they cannot be seen with the unaided eye. Some of them, such as the fungus which grows on the bread, can be seen with a magnifying glass, but apart from it, all others need to be seen with the help of microscope. Then we read that microorganisms are classified into four major groups, which are as follows. We will learn about where do microorganisms live. This is a small topic and thus it will be a quick and a short session. In the next, we will read about microorganisms and us. So basically, where do microorganisms live? It is a very big question, as in our first session we learnt about microorganisms but we didn't discuss about where do they live. So basically, microorganisms may be single-celled bacteria. Single-celled means they are having a single cell. Some algae and protozoa, or multicellular such as algae and fungi. So basically, algae is both single celled as well as multicellular. Bacteria are single celled and fungi are multicellular. So they can survive under all types of environment. That means they're very special. They can survive under all types of environment, ranging from ice cold climate to hot springs and deserts to marshy lands. They can survive everywhere. They are also found inside the bodies of animals, including humans. So don't be surprised when the next time you hear that your body also has microorganisms inside it, because microorganisms are found inside the bodies of animals, including human beings. Some microorganisms grow on other organisms while others exist freely. So here we notice that they exist almost everywhere. They can survive under all types of environment, from ice cold climate to hot springs, from deserts to marshy lands. They are found inside the bodies of animals, including human beings. They can grow on other organisms as well as they can exist freely. So microorganisms like amoeba can live alone, while fungi and bacteria may live in colonies. So as we said that they can exist on other organisms, they can exist freely. In the similar way, some can live alone while some live in colonies. So we have examples of amoeba, fungi and bacteria. Fungi and bacteria live in colonies and amoeba can live alone. So we read about where do microorganisms live, and it has an n number of answers as it can survive under all types of environment. They are single cell as well as multicellular. In single cell, we have the example of bacteria as well as some algae and protozoa. While in multicellular, we had the examples of algae and fungi. They can survive under all types of environment. I repeat this many times because this is an important point to remember. Then they are also found inside the bodies of animals, including humans. They can grow on other organisms, can exist freely. Microorganisms like amoeba can live alone, while fungi and bacteria may live in colonies. So basically with this we end the topic of where do microorganisms live. In the next we will be studying about microorganisms and us. Under this we will cover friendly microorganisms as well as harmful microorganisms. So we will have two different sessions for this. In one, we will study about friendly microorganisms, whereas in the second, we will study about harmful microorganisms.